Today we are going through my essentials kit. So first you can see that this is a Maxpedition bag, which is bags of very good quality, and I really like this company. So on the back is a container. Let's take this off. So in this container, it's waterproof, and in this container are some AAA batteries for my headlamp, as well as some lint for starting fires. So now let's get into the big part of the bag. So in this bag, first up is a survival blanket, which is very good for mitigating the risks of hypothermia by regulating your body temperature, and also will help you make a survival shelter. And you can see that there is a mylar material in it which reflects body heat. Next up is bug spray, which is pretty obvious why you would need it, but very good to have in a kit. Sunscreen, which is also pretty obvious, and that is a very good thing to have, and I recommend everyone carry bug spray sunscreen wherever you are. Next up is a Bic Lighter. That I am having a very hard time getting out. So this is my Bic Lighter that has some duct tape wrapped around it and also has a sewing needle in it, which are very good things to have. A good survival kit, just this, because it can help you start fires. This duct tape is also flammable, so you can use it as tinder, and a sewing needle for all the things you would need a sewing needle for, including wound care and repair for gear. So in the back here, I have a bandana, which also has many uses, and you always want to carry a bandana because of all the other uses that it has, including pre-filtering water and also just to keep smoke and dust out of your face. So next up, going over to this side of the bag, I have some Paracord, which is beyond valuable. You always want to have some rope with you, which can help you set up your survival shelter, as well as a bunch of other uses. Next, I have some storm-proof matches, which complements my lighter in my fire kit, because Bic lighters don't always work, especially when they get wet. So you want to have multiple different ways of starting a fire. So here are some storm-proof matches, which are very good, and also very big, which is good for if you have cold hands, as well as some cotton in here, which complements my dryer lint from earlier. Next, this is a flint and steel, or a ferrocerium rod, as well as some magnesium on the bottom, which can help you start fires with flint and steel. And you can see I can get a spark. Just a third way, I always recommend having 3 different ways to start a fire, just in case. So next is a knife sharpener, and this also has some survival elements, as well as a light that I'll have to change the battery on soon, another ferrocerium rod, and a whistle and a compass, which I wouldn't recommend using this compass, but it's there if you need it. Next is another emergency whistle, and you can never have enough whistles, and always carry them on different parts just in case you lose one, and it's much better than your voice for calling out rescuers. Last in this webbing container, I have an Altoids tin, which can be used for making char cloth. If you don't know what char cloth is, it is a charred material which can catch a spark really easily. And in this Altoids tin, I have a small survival kit, which I'll get to later, as well as this marking tape, which you can pick up at your local hardware store. And I think it's very important because you can put up a trail. And what I like this for is when you have ropes on your tent stakes, you always trip over them at night. So you want to have a very highly visible material to do that, to mark them with. Back to this survival kit, I have a signal mirror, I have a fishing kit, I have some other match sparking materials, and also on this back I have some fire plugs which can catch a spark easily, and a little survival guide in case I need it. Is there anything else in here? I don't believe so. And also some safety pins which have a bunch of other uses, as well as like a sewing needle and just attaching things when you need it. So in this last compartment is my food and water. So here I have some bouillon cubes, which are probably expired, so I'll have to replace these. But these bouillon cubes provide calories, and all you have to do is add them to water, and or you can eat them raw, but I would not recommend that. But it will add some calories to your normal water that you'll be boiling. In here, I also have some water purification tablets. So this is water purification tablets, and these tablets prevent the bad taste that these give you. And also in these, there are some, that one's sealed. But in these, there are some cotton that you can also use for starting fires if you've exhausted all your other options. In here, I have some hand warmers, which are pretty self-explanatory, but I always like having hand warmers. And just be sure to check the expiration dates on these. And these are super warmers, and you can place them in your gloves and just hold them in your hands, and they will definitely keep your hands warm, which will prevent you from losing fine motor skills in your hands. And lastly, I have a Kind protein bar, which is just another survival food, also expired, so I'll have to replace this sometime soon. But a very good thing to have just in case you get lost and are low on energy. Well, that's my essentials kit. Thank you for watching.